#WalkAway. My name is Bobby Fournier, and I thought that I would just send a quick video out there to tell you my story about how and when I walked away from the Democratic Party. And I'm just, when I was younger, the Democratic Party seemed to be the choice. It seemed to be the right option, for the struggling, middle class American. And I never realized what was really going on underneath the radar. I never realized what was going on, behind the scenes of things. So for most, maybe the past 20 years, the presidencies that have happened being predominantly Democratic, I've always been I've always placed myself somewhere in the center. Some of the things I just didn't agree with, but mostly I would lean towards what they were trying to achieve. And so I felt like I may not have been Democratic, but leaning towards the Democratic Party, and Republican just wasn't something that I saw as a viable option. When President Trump became president in 2016, or when he actually went to run for presidency in 2015, I've actually followed Mr. Trump for quite some time, and know a lot about him, and I looked up to him. I thought he was a solid guy as far as business was concerned, and me being a business individual, I really kind of vibed with him, if you will. So I took an interest, a more specific interest than I ever have in anything, in regards to politics and whatnot. Typically it was just, do your vote, do your thing, and get it over with. And now it was becoming much more interesting to me because Donald Trump was running for presidency. So I had to see what was going on. I had to be much more involved. And in the process, I fell into a rabbit hole in this political reality that we find ourselves in. And I can humbly say, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that I am absolutely disgusted with the Democratic Party. And I swear, I hope some of them watch this. And I'm not talking about the people who support Democrats. Those people have not had their eyes open to the reality because they've been lied to. I'm not referring to them. Those people, they need assistance, getting the word to them so that their knowledge becomes power and they can understand and see what I'm able to see and what so many others are starting to wake up and see. When I say I hope a Democrat watches this, I mean the politicians. You Democrats who act as if you are working for our best interest, when everything you have said over the past 4 years that I've been closely watching everything has been a lie, has been deceitful, has been a way to divide our country, has been a way to implement your agenda, and it has nothing to do with America. It has nothing to do with patriotism anymore. It has nothing to do with what our Constitution stands for and represents. And for that reason, I've walked away entirely from the Democratic Party, and I will never turn back. You have shown your true colors. The veil is off, so to speak. The veil is off, and I can see who you really are. And I've never been more disgusted in a political party than I am of the Democratic Party. And I'm almost ashamed to say that at one point I leaned toward the Democratic side. Now, Republican makes not only so much sense, but I see the patriotism involved in the Republican way. I see what they're about, and I see that it's what I want to be involved in. And this is why I have decided to walk away from the Democratic Party, and I have full support for Trump in 2020. As you can see, I have my gear on. Nothing makes sense that the Democrats are trying to instill into our minds. Nothing. I'm an analytical individual. I pride myself in being able to look at a situation and assess it for what it truly is. And I have to tell you, I've never seen such an intentional act of disregard for our country as I have in the past 4 years, and more importantly, here in 2020, as we sit and watch our complete country fall to destruction, with Pelosi saying things like, people are going to do what they're going to do. What? How can you be so contradictory, Nancy Pelosi? How can you contradict yourself so much on national television and expect us to just sit there and accept that? I certainly hope that we can get her out of office, honestly. That is one of my goals because she doesn't deserve to be there. Trump 2020, everybody, I love all this entire movement. I started my own movement because I wanted Americans to come together, called the American Movement, and it, it just hasn't built as strongly as something like this has. This has blown up immensely, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to join something that has the numbers to create and affect change, and I haven't been able to do that up until now. So I'm glad that I found the WalkAway, hashtag WalkAway. It seems like I'm getting involved very late in the game, honestly, and I apologize for being ignorant to this entire movement, but I completely support it. I love what everything I've been reading and watching is about. You guys are all amazing, and I'm glad that there are other people just like me who are opening their eyes to the reality of the Democratic Party. So I wish you the best. Patriots unite. Where we go one, we go all. I love you guys. Later.